family, welcome into today's video, which has been very requested video by a few of you, in that I show you what you need to have for brushes, eyeshadow brushes, in order to create the looks that I am getting into on the Paint by Numbers eyeshadow tutorials. And I felt like this was really important simply because we all have brushes right now in our collection, but I may use different brushes than you might have and vice versa. So what I want to do is show you some basic options on what you can use and very easily pick out from your brush collection some brushes that would help you achieve those looks that I do go for. So I'm going to be kind of labeling them on my own terms or my own lingo as far as the brushes go, because a lot of these brushes come from a lot of different companies. I'm not necessarily going to always have particular names for them, but I wanted to make sure I did this. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, please subscribe by clicking that button below, and thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Come join our zany little family. We would love to have you here as a part of our YouTube family. All right, so the first one that I always use is after I go in with a primer on my eyelid, I always use some sort of a fluffy brush to put down a color. It's usually just a white matte or a cream matte color to set down that primer. There's three here. One is from Real Techniques and it is called a setting brush, and it's a very fluffy brush, and it's quite a big brush on the end there, but it's great for setting that down. The other one is a Sigma, and this is called a large shader, and it's E60, I believe it is. If it's wrong, I will correct myself after I get my glasses on. But that is just kind of a fluffy set it down brush. And then I also got and I just got these off of Amazon because I got them because they were purple. I mean, hello. But this one is just came in a kit, and this one I really do like too, just for setting down that first color. So any fluffy brush will work that you have. It doesn't have to be any specific brush. Anything that's fluffy and is going to lay down that color in a nice even way across your eyelid. Okay, the next two that I'm showing you are for the transition shade on your eye. They're very fluffy and they're very soft, but they do have a little bit of stiffness to them, so that it's not going to go all over. You're still going to get a bit of a precision, but this is the transition color that you use. One is the Morphe M330 and the other one is the Luxie 205, and they're both kind of large shader brushes. They're tapered up at the end, but they are definitely fluffy. So that's the next one for the transition color that I use. And then I actually had four that I found that I reached for the next one, which is the next color that is going to define your eyes. So this is also kind of a shader brush, but it's more of a blending shader brush. So I actually have four of those. There is my Morphe M433, there is my Luxie 231, and these are all called small taper brushes. And there is another Luxie brush in here that is pink, and it is the 231. So those are all right here. Now this is, you know, you're getting more defined. This is the second color that you will be putting. Come here, camera. There we go. This is the second color that you will be putting onto your eyes. Now let me show you the difference. These are the two Luxie ones, so these are the easiest ones to show you. So if you look right here, this is our first transition color one, and then this is our second color one. You can see how different those two brushes are in their size, and then as you get into the smaller one, it gets much more stiff. I do realize that my brushes are dirty right now, gals. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I haven't cleaned them yet. I actually only clean my brushes once a week because I just find that it's a huge chore to clean them every day. That's actually why I have quite a few that I switch through to use too. The next one I'm going to show you is a defining crease brush, and this is almost like a paddle brush, but it's a little bit thicker as you look at it there. So it's domed, but it is quite dense so that you can do a really good shading. And this one goes right down here in the crease when I'm doing my look. So I'm going to be taking that down into the crease and building up that V right there, and that is where that's what I usually use for my very darkest color. And so that is my crease shader brush. I know that you guys have heard me talk about pencil brushes before, but I think that pencil brushes are so important for anybody to have in their makeup collection. Now, what a pencil brush is, let me just show you this big one, and then I'll show you the rest of them that I have to choose from. What a pencil brush is it is an extremely dense brush that comes up to a very fine point at the top. This one happens to be the biggest one I own, and this is the Morphe M411. And so if I'm going to be doing a very smudgy look on the bottom, like a smoky eye or something, I will reach for this particular pencil brush. I do have 4 other ones that are smaller, and I will show you actually my very favorite pencil brush, and it's one that I got again in a kit, and I don't remember where I got it from. I think I got it at Costco one year, but it's very small, very defined. So if I want to do a very thin eyeliner or tight eyeliner, then I can do it with this one. There's 2 other ones right here. This one right here is from Sigma, and it's an E30, and this one right here is from Morphe, and it is an E36. So those are 2 that I really like. They're for a little kind of the mid, if you're looking for a mid-range where you're going to be needing to do a very tight eyeliner, but then you want to smudge it out, you can use those. So pencil brushes for me are an absolute must. Now, I do have 2 other brushes that I'd like to show you that are technically classified as pencil brushes, but they're more along the lines of a smudger brush. Now, after I get done putting down my shadow, if I find that it's too defined or it's not smudged out the way that I like it to give it a little bit softer of a look, I'm going to reach for one of these 2. And one is the Morphe M168. It's this tiny little smudger brush right here, very, very dense little brush that comes to a tip. And then the other one is the Morphe E18. That is a bit more round and a bit more thick, and it's going to smudge it out quite a lot. So those are smudger brushes. When I refer to picking up a smudger brush and I'm smudging out that liner, that's what I'm referring to on those. I really do like having those as well. I don't use those every time, but I will use them occasionally. When I take the tape off of my eyes, you guys always see me do that, and after I put my concealer on, I might want to soften that line that I have from the tape. So I will reach for one of these brushes. This one is the Sigma Tapered Blending, and it is the E40. I have a Morphe M441, and I have a Morphe E27. And these are extremely fluffy brushes and extremely, they're just they're not dense like the other ones. They will do a great job. They won't like make your makeup go all over the place, but they'll do a great job of just softening that line. Now let me show you the very first one that we had of the Morphe that was the shader up against this other one. So what you see is that this one is a little bit more defined, a little bit more tapered, and then this one's just a little bit more fluffy. This one we're talking about now is just for taking that eye look out there on the corner and just softening it a little bit. The last 2 brushes that I'm going to show you are 2 that you're going to smack me over, you guys, because they don't have names on them. I'm going to show you the shape. They're both actually shaped exactly the same way. So they are actually kind of shaped like a pencil brush, but they are a little bit flat on the side. So a little bit thicker down here at the base, and then they come up to a taper, but they're a little bit more fluffy, a little bit more thick. And what I use these for is my inner corner highlight, and then across the brow bone up there, just underneath the brow, to highlight there too. I love the precision of these, and like I said, they don't have names on them, and I know that this one isn't a Luxie brush, or it would have its name on there. And this one I got a long time ago, and I can't remember where it came from, so I apologize. I'm going to list all of these in the description box so that you have a good idea of where to pick them up and what to buy. But I will try definitely to list some really good ideas for you guys to have these too in your makeup collection. So that's really it, you guys. That's everything that I use. So yeah, I hope that that's helpful. I know that there is a little bit of confusion, but I'm going to number these as I go along, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you guys know. And hopefully as we're doing the shadows and as we're going into each individual one, you'll understand that number 1 brush goes with number 1 shadow. So kind of take away the guesswork there for us all. So hopefully that's helpful. I know that a lot of you were questioning, I just don't know what brush to use and my look doesn't turn out the same way. So hopefully this will help you understand which brush to use on which shadow, and then we'll go from there. And if you guys have any more questions, and if I was absolutely confusing, I apologize, I'm so sorry. List your questions down below for me. Give this video a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind, please, and share it on your other social media platforms. I'd love to get this series out there because it's not actually doing very well, but the series of Paint by Numbers, I think that would be so valuable for so many people to be able to know exactly where to put which shadow. So hopefully it was helpful. I said that like 4 times. Sorry about that. I love you guys. I will see you in my very next video. Bye-bye, you guys.